Hi guys, welcome to another short video by Antiques Arena. My name's Walter O'Neill and here's a bit of a mix and match video. Now I've decided I've applied for a permanent stall in a local market and I was looking at ways of capitalising on the stock I've already got. So rather than going out to buy new stock, I'm thinking, how can I make the stock I got more valuable or more sell quicker then? So one way I thought I'd do it is display my costume jewellery better. Now, as you all know, I've bought different types of boxes, which I done a film on the other day, all with compartments, some for rings, some for brooches, some for necklaces. And they're all behind glass, and I've had them for my silver. Now, I want to be able to hang my costume jewellery necklaces up. And do you think I could find something reasonably priced that I thought might do the trick? I could, but they were decent money, you know, £30 and £40 a piece on Amazon. Now, what I've decided to do, I thought I'm going to go to my local DIY shop, which to me is a watch shop. That's what it's called. And what I thought I'd do, I'll buy a cork board. So we have a cork pin board here where you stick the pins in. It's a decent size. Then I've had some hooks. Hang on a second. So these are just little simple hooks. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 rows of hooks. One across the top and one across the middle. And then they'll be hooked on like so, all the way along there and then all the way along the middle, so that I can hang necklaces off them or bracelets. Then you have the problem of how do you stand it up? You know, there's no way to do it. You can lean it up against stuff, no problem at all. But what I thought was, if I then bought some of these L brackets in steel, and the actual frame surrounding this cork board is pine, so I'll then bolt the L brackets to the bottom here, and it'll then stand. But you then got the problem, will it blow over if you're doing an outside stall, or if there's a bit of wind throughout the market? But these L grips are big enough that I got like a crocodile clip that will go over this and pinch it to the table. So that'll be locked to the table, and what I may do, I'm going to try it once and see how it goes. And I could theoretically have 2 or 3 of these along the back of a table and still have enough room and enough gaps to get through to serve people. Now, if you're worried that they may be too tall for you and you think I'm going to be hidden behind the boards, then you can do them that way, which is half the height, and have them on the width and just do 1 row of necklaces instead of 2 short rows. That's another possibility. Then you can look at it and say, but I don't like cork, it's brown. Now I'm only displaying costume jewellery on here, but if I want to, for £1.99 I can buy a can of black spray out of the same shop I had all these stuff from, and spray the entire thing jet black, a nice matte or silk black. The board cost me £3.79 in, as I said, our local shop called What. These brackets and all these hooks are 90p a packet. So far I've paid, let's round it up, £4 and £3, so £7. And I'm going to have a display board that theoretically should last me a few years, unless I start manhandling it, because once these are bolted into place, they're not going to be going nowhere. I'm hoping I can leave the jewellery on there. Now what I'm going to do to leave the jewellery in place is get some elastic bands. So when it's hooked into place, I'll get some large elastic bands, put over and hold them into position like so. And then if I have multiple boards, I can stack them on top of each other in the car and then just turn them up. If need be, take the elastic bands off, or even leave the elastic bands on there. It's up to me. I may leave the elastic bands on this. So what I need to get now is elastic bands. I've already got the crocodile clips to hold this to the table. So these L brackets It'll pinch like that, pinch under the table, and that board will be there rigid. Now, having done this film, I'm thinking I may do mine sideways, so I have it like so, as opposed to the height. It'll catch less wind, and there's less chance of me being hidden behind the boards. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's simple enough, guys. It'll be place and screw. Once these two ends are in place, these are easy. I'm going to have to literally put them where I want them, which will be along the top row, put the nails through the cork, and then bend them over so they don't come back out, or cut them off so they don't go stabbing me. So that will be how I display my necklaces and possible bracelets. Now, as I've said, if I'm not happy with how it looks when it's finished, I can spray it black. Once you spray it, it's going to look $1 million. And for less than a tenner, you got a display stand that's built, made to measure whatever you want. These cork boards come in any size you want. Theoretically, you can have a 6-foot stand and have row upon row upon row. Make yourself some brackets. You can get any size of these you want. You can have them 1 foot long by 1 foot high. And they'll stand up then on the floor, and all you have to do then is get a bit of rope attached to the back that you bolt to the table, or a bungee cord, and hook it to your car so it doesn't go nowhere. So theoretically, you can do a 6-foot tall cork board and display your costume jewellery. So that's how I'm going to display my necklaces. What I'm going to do, when I finish putting it together, I'm going to take a few photos of the finished article and add them at the end of the film. Next, I was looking at ways of displaying costume jewellery brooches. Now, I wouldn't do it with my silver because I want them behind glass so they don't get stolen. But the costume jewellery brooches come in for 10, 20, 30 pence, 50 pence, and you sell them out for 2, 3, 4 and 5 pound. So what I decided to do was I bought a cushion. Now, it's a lovely silk cushion. Ideally, I would have liked a dark colour. But what I liked about this one, most cushions are like this. They're a solid material, and you'll have to pin, you'll be pinching it up and pinning the brooches through. And if you've got it full of brooches, it'd be quite awkward. I was quite fortunate with this one. It's actually got fins or flaps all the way up the entire piece. So what I can do now with this is simply lift the flap, pin the brooch on, put it down, lift the next flap, put it on, put it down. So all these individual flaps that it's got, I can put brooches on. And I thought it's much easier to pin the brooches onto these little flaps than it would be a solid cushion. I know a cushion, solid cushion is just as good, it's just a bit more potchy. I like the idea of all these flaps. I can stick the brooches on the flaps. The cushion comes for 99 pence from my local charity shop. Now, I had a couple of options. What I was thinking of doing was getting a bit of sweeping handle, top and bottom, put in some black material, however long I wanted it, stitched across the top and across the bottom, so then you had effectively like a script where you had unrolled it and you had the material in between with the pole at the top, pole at the bottom stitched into the material, and then you could theoretically put your brooches along the material all the way. You could then put a coat hanger on that if you liked, or turn it into like coat hanger with one of your screw-in hooks and hang it on clothes rail or something like that, or even off the door of your car, and you'd have a black strip of all your brooches on display. So that's a possibility, but at the moment I'm going to try the cushion. I could probably get 30 to 50 brooches comfortably on this cushion, and as I sell one I'll replace one. So I'm hoping realistically the cushion might be enough, and if I sell it, I'm selling loads, then I may get a second cushion. And if I find the cushion is too much on my table, taking up too much space, not pulling enough revenue in, I'm going to revert to what I just said, which is the material with 2 bits of cane hooked on the back of my car door or hooked on the clothes rail with all the brooches on a bit of black material. Now, whilst I was at my local watch shop buying all these pieces in the charity shops, as I said, I went in the charity shop then to find the cushion. Whilst there, I found this beautiful piece here. Now what we have here is, it's vintage, 60s, 70s, 50s, something like that, and it is a chalk bust. I don't think it goes as old as the 30s. It's got some nice detail It's very large, very heavy. On the back it is artist signed. I haven't done no research here yet. It's artist signed with the net letters B and number 7. Hopefully you can see it just here. I'll bring it a bit closer for you. Hopefully you can see it, guys. It says solid chalk, and it is quite a weight. Now I believe it's of Beethoven, but I'm not 100% yet. But it looks like Beethoven to me. It's got a couple of things scratched in to the chalk, but the artist signature and the B7 is quite clear. So, what can I say? Look at the size on that. That is an impressive chalk bust. There's a few little bits of chipping and that, and obviously it's stinking dirty. I paid a £5 for it, guys. What's it worth? 45, 55 pound, no problem at all. So that has covered the entire experiment of costume jewellery display with the cushion and the stand. And as you can appreciate, it's quite an impressive looking bust. You know, it's a full size head, more or less. Hello. So I had that for a £5. In the next shop across them for £5 again, we have an Edinburgh Crystal cut glass square decanter. Little purple label there, and Edinburgh International. So Edinburgh Crystal is obviously now made in Italy, because we have a made in Italy stamp here on the purple label. Now Edinburgh Crystal is Scottish crystal obviously, but Edinburgh International is obviously where they've contracted it out to another country, in this case Italy. But we still have Edinburgh Crystal either way, guys. Well, there's the price, I'll leave it on there for you to see. £5. So, I paid £5 for an Edinburgh Crystal decanter. Nothing wrong with that. Paid £5 for a marble bust. Marble. I'll get it. Simulated marble bust in chalk. We're talking 25 for the decanter. You're talking, let's say 55 for the bust, or 50 for the bust. £75 return, and I've had a £20 layout. I can't fault that, guys. These costume jewellery display pieces are going to look beautiful. Well, I'm hoping they're going to look beautiful. A little bit of work needed now. With the hooks I've bought, had many selections. You had the shop I go in, it's a bit of a variety shop. It does anything and everything. And they had all picture hooks and things like that. And the ones I selected are picture hooks, but they're the ones that take the 2 pins, like so. And then I'll obviously put that through the cork, and I'll try and bend it over, to be honest with you, stop it coming back through, but if I can't, I'll snip them off with a bit of a wire cutter. They're solid brass, they're going to take a fair decent weight, but they're easy. It's just push the nail through, cut it off or bend it over. What can I say? It's a simple way of displaying some jewellery, and hopefully it will look beautiful. I'm not 100% yet on how it's going to look with the brown on the cork, but I think it'll be alright. But if it's not, I'll be down the shop tomorrow again, an aerosol can going, spray it black. The only downside is these hooks are going to be inset and bent over, so I'm not going to get them off, so they may be sprayed black as well, but hey ho, I don't care. The only thing that's interesting to me is, can they see the costume jewellery on display? Can I make it look good? Can I make them want to buy it? And I'm gambling £7 or £8, and let's be honest, if it don't work, I'll chuck 2 hooks either side, put a bit of line on it, hang it up for Shannon to use in her bedroom on the wall, just to hang her jewellery on when she's not using it, if she don't want to put it back in the jewellery box. Either way, I can't lose. So that's my plan, guys. I haven't heard from the council yet, because it's a council run market hall. It's a 17th century market that's still running today, so I'm hoping to get a permanent stall in there for now, throughout the winter. I'm still going to do the online sales, but I'm going to see how I get on, if I can get up the market, because I want to sell a lot of precious metals, and see how much I can raise towards buying my shop, or where my antique centre next year. That's my big plan next year, is the antique centre. I want to see if I can get enough money together for a deposit for a business mortgage, or have enough deposit so when I do my crowdfunding video that I've got a substantial deposit to put in myself, so people can see how serious I am by committing my own money. So that's where we're at. 2 good buys. Decanter is what it is. It's Edinburgh Crystal. Absolutely love the chalk bust. Lovely look to it, guys. Tell you what I'm going to do, because it's white on white, you can't really see it very well. I'm wondering if I put the board behind it. There you go. Hopefully that will help. You can see it really is quite something, quite impressive. So that's about it, guys. I'm going to add in the snippets at the end showing you how the pieces look with all the stuff on. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, guys. If you have, I would appreciate a like and a share. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell for notifications. You'll find me on eBay. I have eBay clearance store. Just run a search on eBay for Antiques Arena Clearance. I'm on Facebook. I have a page and a group, Antiques Arena. And I have my own website, antiquesarena.co.uk or antiquesarena.com. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Bye for now.